The Speaker, sir, the Ministry had acquired 48 development leases comprising of 44 leases through Itauke Land Trust Board and 4 state leases since 2014 as part of the Informal Settlement Upgrading Project. These leases span across 21 settlements in the Western Division, 14 in the Northern Division, and 13 in the Central Division, demonstrating government's approach to upgrading informal settlements. The Speaker said 3 informal settlements, namely Thobu in Singatoka, Wandamdamu in Nosori, and Lendrusasa in Nandi, were acquired nearly a decade ago. Despite years of planning and completion of infrastructure upgrades in early 2022, the previous government failed to deliver on the critical step of issuing of lease offer letters. As a result, Fijians living in these informal settlements were left without the long-term security and legal certainty that formal land tenure provides. The Speaker said, I'm pleased to inform this August House that in May this year, 2025, the Ministry successfully issued 1,213 lease offer letters to residents of Thovu settlement. This 99-year residential lease offer letters have benefited 108 families and 5 religious organizations who have long awaited tenure security since the formalization process began in 2014. This milestone now enables households in Thovu to have their leases formalized. And also, the Ministry, the Speaker, sir, now actively working to issue lease offer letters in Wainamdam Nosori and Lembusasa in Nandi, which will collectively benefit over 340 families. These communities have endured years of uncertainty and are finally on the path to secure land, tenure, and improve living conditions. The Speaker, sir, in this 2025-2026 financial year, a total of $14.6 million has been allocated to support the informal settlement upgrading program. This funding will support 6 ongoing upgrades in the following settlements. Tavela and Nandi have 68 households, Torre in Lotoka, 59 households, Field 4 in Lotoka, 77 households, Sakwada in Asun, 174 households, Vale Wanguya Ba, a new site, 35 households, and Abunika Lambasa, a new site comprising of 101 households. Of these four settlements, namely Tavela, Torre, Field 4, in Lotoka, and Sakwada, here in soon expect to be completed within this financial year and prepared for lot allocation for the lease offer issuance. The remaining 2, Vale Wanguyaya in Ba and Vunik and Lambasa, scheduled for completion in the 2026-2027 financial year. In total, more than 500 households will benefit from these upgrades and are going to receive registered lease titles once a given lease offer letters. The Speaker said, I'm pleased to announce that 4 new projects will commence construction in this financial year. These are Ndelisawen in Lotoka, which have 126 households, Lobusi side in Lotoka, 185 households, Nambara in Lotoka, 71 families, and Thambati in Nisino, 309 households. The settlement is expected to complete upgrades over the next 2 years, benefiting a total of 605 families. Upon completion, lease offer letters will be issued and providing long-term tenureship, empowering families to invest in their homes once they get their registered lease titles. The Speaker said an additional 17 settlements are currently in the planning face. These include Wakanisila, Deba River Road Nesino, Nandurmai, Ocean Bukit in Lami, Winivau A, Winivau B, Siberia, Batia, Unitivi, Gelwang and Lambasa. Then we have Tukutora as well as Dalai, Namasmasi, and Torre in Lotoka, Tawangavang in Ba, Ulisila in Singatoka, Punareo in Nandi, and Sasawira in Nosuri. Upgrades in these settlements are expected to commence over the next 2 financial years, benefiting close to 3,000 households who will benefit from getting their lease offer letters and also will be getting registered lease titles. The speakers have all acknowledged the progress made in 30 settlements. It is important to note that 18 informal settlements remain untouched, remain upgraded by the Ministry's upgrading program. I'm pleased to inform this House that the Ministry intends to undertake incremental upgrading in selected settlements through a strategic partnership with revitalizing informal settlements and their environment, commonly known as RICE. This partnership will integrate environmental sustainability, public health, and inclusive design into the upgrading process, ensuring that these communities evolve into safer, healthier, and more resilient environments over time. The Speaker said these investments reflect the coalition government's unwavering commitment to inclusive housing development and the transformation of informal settlements into thriving and secure communities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yeah, thank the Minister, the Honourable Nalumisa, for his answer.